He is the man world leaders would like to hear more from. Rex Tillerson, the new US Secretary of State, making his debut on the diplomatic stage. Foreign ministers gathering in Bonn were keen to understand how the Trump administration intends to act on its election promise to put America first. Among the concerns, US policy on Syria. At a meeting on the sidelines, the US agreed with other nations on the need for a political solution to the conflict, negotiated under the UN. But they reiterated that any US-Russia military cooperation remained impossible until Russia stopped labelling all opposition groups as terrorists. There was agreement that Russia must be treated as a serious negotiating partner, but one which plays its part.
We ask particularly Russia, but also Iran, of course, to pressure the Syria regime to stop considering all opposition as terrorists. Otherwise, there won't be any discussions in Geneva between, on the one side, the Syrian regime's delegation, and on the other, an opposition considered to be all terrorists. That won't work.
What influence the US might have over Russia was a key question here. Rex Tillerson and Sergei Lavrov held the first high-level, face-to-face discussions between the Trump administration and the Russian government.
Very glad to see you once again.
Afterwards, Secretary Tillerson giving little away, beyond saying the US would stand up for herself when the two countries don't see eye to eye. After 48 hours of meetings, Tillerson is returning to Washington with one thing he can tell his boss. After much criticism of NATO, the German foreign minister encouraged member states to increase their defence spending, a frequent demand of President Trump.
Of course, everyone knows that we need international cooperation to tackle existing crises in the world, and the US Secretary of State made this clear too. And in today's discussion, the United States also committed to supporting Africa. So we've had very good talks, and we are expecting to continue them on all levels. And I think that Rex Tillerson will be a colleague with whom we can undertake whatever we need by way of common ground and in strengthening foreign relations.
Despite the many pressing issues on the agenda here, really the focus was on getting to know the newest member of the club, Rex Tillerson. In his first 2 weeks as Secretary of State, he has said very little in public. So have the last 2 days helped foreign governments understand what a Trump presidency wants to do in the world? Not really. It seems this was more about listening. Duncan, Golestani, Al Jazeera, Bonn.